the way that you sell your business and you walk away. No one's, that's, if somebody tells you that, they don't understand business. When you do an exit, when you do an IPO, you still manage the company. You understand that, right? You don't just walk away.
אפשר למכור את החברה ולעשות אקזיט ולהמשיך לנהל את החברה. זה נגיד מה שביקשו מה-ICQ, שימשיכו.
The idea of an exit is not...
You can simply sell your...
Yes. But you have to have a strategy, you have to have a good company, you have to manage your company.
Is it like what Bill Gates made 10 years ago?
Yes. Yes. Now what's Bill Gates doing today? Okay, he retired. But he was managing it until...
And the man that
the market. It was in the IPO in NASDAQ.
he is still working at his business.
He's the chairman of Microsoft. Okay, sorry, we went into too many directions, and I may have lost you. But listen to me 1 minute. Listen to me 1 minute. Listen to me one minute. This isn't easy. Even people who have done companies, sometimes it took me a long time to understand all this. You're not going to understand it in one day. But this is why I'm telling you. Read the marker. Read globes. You'll start to understand how this is, and it's really important. It's really important. So now let me tell you what we look for when we want to make an investment. Okay? And it's very simple what we look for. We look at 3 things. The people, the product, and the market. It's very simple. Okay? And the first one is 90%. And the other 2, you know, you look at the people. You look at the people. So we look at the people, the product, and the market. So if you come to us, if you come to Petango or Water, and you say, I have an idea, I want to start a business, I'm going to tell you, great, I'm really happy that you came to us. I want you to understand what I'm looking for. What is it that I'm looking for? What do I need to see? People. Who are the people? What's the product? And what's the market? And again, I'm going to say this. People is the most important thing. People is the most important thing. If you have a great product and a great market and not good people, you don't do it.
What is good people?
So what is good people?
Yeah.
Education, experience, those are important. But that's not the most important.
People that demand what you do.
No, not just that, not just that, not just that. I'm talking about the people who manage and work in the company.
They have to have skills.
Skills is important, but I'll tell you what's, for me, the most important. First of all, when you start a business, you have ups and downs, good days, bad days, good days, right? You need to have someone who you trust when the days are bad. They're not running away. Responsibility. Perseverance. Perseverance means when excuse my expression, you know, when things go really bad. I was going to say a swear word, but I won't. My kids are here. If my kids weren't here, I would tell you the swear word. When things are really bad, when things are really bad, they're bad. But you want people, you know, the people who take responsibility have to come to work that day, right? If I invest $1 million in you, let's say you come to me and you say, I'm going to build the next search engine for the internet. Okay, I'm going to build in Arabic a search engine. Okay? I say, that's a good idea. I like the idea. And now you say to me, okay, and you start working, and I invest. After 3 months, you come to me and you say, you know, that algorithm that I wanted to develop, it's not working. I say, okay, so fix it. Okay? It means you have to go and fix it. I need to know that when things are bad, you stay. You work. You fix it. You take responsibility. This is the biggest in business. Most businesses fail, in my experience. Most businesses fail because people give up. And I need to see that the person in front of me is not going to give up. Because if I don't think that you're going to, if when the, you know, when we built Galil software, we had bad days. We had very bad days. Today we're 90 people, we're growing, we're making money, we're profitable. We had very bad days. Okay? We had customers saying they weren't happy. Okay, but the next day you come back and you keep going. This is the number one thing I look for.
הכי חשוב, בקיצור, נגיד אותו בקיצור, הכי חשוב הוא העניין של בעסקים, באנשים שיש ימים רעים לא לברוח, כאילו אנשים שאפשר לסמוך עליהם יישארו ויהיו אמינים לחברה, לא כמצב לא טוב.
Jimmy,
The second thing,
yeah, I worked in a startup company before Microsoft bought us. We had some months we didn't get paid, and so yeah, you know, like you didn't know the company was gonna make it, or you know, just you know. So yeah, we still came and did the work.
you have to stick with it. The second thing which is very important to me is the ability to communicate. You have to be able to communicate, and here's the key to your customer. I need to meet people when they come to me. If they come and they look at their their shoes when they're talking to me, right? I don't care how smart you are, but if you can't communicate with me, how are you going to communicate with your customer?
Maybe they buy new shoes and they want to look at it.
Yeah. You have to communicate to your employees. You have to lead your employees. You have to lead your employees. You have to give them confidence. You're going to hire young people. You have to give them confidence. You have to communicate to them. You have to communicate to your customer. You have to communicate to me, your investor. Right? So I look for communication. If I'll tell you the truth. I have invested in people who are not good communicators. I have. But they really, really have to have something very special. Because, if you can't communicate, what am I investing in, right? And it doesn't matter to the business. The third thing is that they really have to have passion for their business. Okay? And this means that, they have to believe that this is the thing. Look, Galil software is not the best thing in the world. But if I'm trying to sell you Galil software, I better believe it's the best thing in the world. Right? So when I go to HP, I went to HP. Okay? By the way, the HP contract we won is not HP Israel. It's HP Global. There were 12 competitors. Only one other one was from Israel. Okay? So we went to HP, 12 competitors, only one other Israeli. We were number 7 on price. There were 6 that were cheaper than us. Okay, we won. Why did we win? Why do you win when you win? You win because you really believe. When we stood in front of HP, we told them, we're the best. You know what? We're the smallest of the 12, by the way, we were by far the smallest. And we said, but we're the best. We have the best people. We have the best management, and we really believe in ourselves. And you know what? At the end, we were number 7 on price. Okay? But they didn't go to India, they didn't go to the Ukraine, they didn't go to the other Israelis, they came to us.
HP.
HP. And you need to have that passion.
קיצור, התלהבות ולהט לעסק שלכם. הוא נתן דוגמה.
Okay, now, so that's people. Now, the other thing with people is, of course, education, of course. Experience, of course. But you know what? I've invested in people with no experience.
You can teach
I've
them.
invested in people with no experience and they've succeeded. Okay? Education, by the way, is really important. But it's also, but I want to tell you something. It's not enough to be a good engineer. You have to be a good business person. Okay? And this is, again, I'm sorry to say this, and for me, I told you, the most important thing I'm telling you today, the best advice I can give you today, start reading globes in the market. If you're a good engineer, doesn't mean you're a good business person. And you have to start in it, and it's not complicated. It's not complicated. Business is not complicated, but there's a language of business. Right? There's a language of business. When I say interest rate, if you're a business person, you understand right away what I mean by interest rate. So if you come to me and you're talking to me, but you don't really know what an interest rate is, it's not good for you. So you need to go and study, and I'm telling you, if you read globes in the marker every day, you'll be fine. You'll learn the language.
Let's start with the poor dad, rich dad. Okay?
What?
Poor dad, rich dad.
That's a good place to start, by the way. It's a great place to start. But what I'm trying to say is, you know, you can be a great engineer, but if you don't have the language of business, and you know, then it's for you. Okay, it's for you. You'll benefit. You'll get a lot just by reading the business pages. Okay, just like, you know, when you read the sports page, take 5 minutes to read the business page.